Sit back and chill. I got this. Watch me work. I bet. Yeah, I ain't do that. I kept on complaining, kept on being scared. The song kept on shutting me down every time. I'm like, here. We argued for 3 years. 3 whole years about that deal situation. That was the roughest time of our relationship. I'm talking about, she took the wedding ring off, everything. Stormed off of visits. Oh, you want to be scared of them. You with man, hold up. I ain't trying to lose my relationship about this. Come on. She like, man, I don't want to hear none of that. You gonna get home when you get home. I'm like, but you ain't walking up to this child. He was garbage. Man, you been walking up there. You know what I mean? You been walking up there. Hold up a couple more hours and see you coming out for some conversation. I said, man, I can't do it. Put a lawyer on the case. William Brennan. He comes, he talks to me, talks down to me. He don't talk to me, he talks down to me. And he starts trying to bring dissension between me and my support group because at this point, soldiers marching, literally, like our nonprofit came out of this situation. Our nonprofit is called Poor Law. People of origin rightfully loved and wanted, right? It was birthed out of this situation. So he's trying to bring dissension between me and my team, my strength. He's like, you really think I should be getting no information about your case? What? Are you serious? Like, all right, they cool. And I'm trying to, pat, man, they're cool, like it's all good. Meanwhile, someone's like, man, you got to fire him. Like, he got to go. Like, you gonna let him talk to you like you some 19-year-old little kid? I'm like, no, I ain't that grown man. She's like, man, listen, he got to go. He comes up to visit me, and I'm telling him, man, like, certain things that I want him to do. He's like, I ain't doing all that. Turns out, I'm gonna speed it up. Turns out, after I turned the deal down, because at some point I turned the deal down, and I told them I don't want it, so which means that they got to take me back to trial, right? They got to pick 12 more people 17 years later, and they got to take me back to trial. I don't know how they're going to do this. I'm thinking there's no way it's 17 years later. It's over. Concede. You're like, nah, they're too arrogant. They play God in these courtrooms. You're like, nah, you ain't taking the deal. You ain't coming out on our terms. You ain't coming out at all. And I'm saying, man, I serve somebody bigger than y'all, so it's going to be whatever it's going to be. That's where I'm at with it. So what y'all want to do? This is where they like, man, we suiting up. But I'm telling you, you can't suit up. You don't got nothing to suit up with. They're like, man, we're suiting up. What you want to do? Take this deal. I ain't taking the deal. Suit up then. They're like, man, well, they can't. I got a letter in the mail. The lawyer is telling me that after 17 years, the victim's mom is now willing to come into court and say that she's seen me walk past her house right before the homicide. This is 17 years later. How do you come up? This woman, the victim's mom, testified in all 3 trials that she's seen 3 black men